I feel Joe Bugner, with the will, is going to overcome the will of Greg Page tonight.
And something he's got that he's never had before is the support of the crowd. Joe has never been well supported by crowds.
That's right, because Joe made the mistake of beating
Henry Cooper.
Henry Cooper, a national institution, you know?
In England, yes.
This afternoon, the Federal Minister of Sport, Mr. John Brown, conferred naturalisation papers upon Joe Bugner. Bill Moyes Classic Promotions presents the Central Line Magna Crete Big Fight, an international heavyweight incident scheduled for 10 3-minute rounds between, from the red corner, scaling 16 stone 8 pounds, from Louisville, Kentucky, the United States of America, wearing white trunks with red, white and blue markings. As an amateur, boxed 111 times for 107 victories, 3 times international champion, twice AAU title holder, national Golden Gloves king. As a professional, became the United States Boxing Association heavyweight champion, a title he defended 4 successive times. In 1984, became the World Boxing Association heavyweight champion of the world. Spontaneous innovator of luminous quality, Greg Page. Occupying the blue corner, scaling 17 stone, 10.5 pounds, originally of Hungary, then of England, now of Sydney, New South Wales, Australia. Became the youngest boxer to annex the British Commonwealth and European heavyweight titles, world title challenger to the immortal Muhammed Ali, strategically striding parapets of destiny, now indisputably Aussie Joe Bugner. In quest of judicial excellence is non-scoring referee Johnny Wright. Ringside judges from Santa Clara, California, the United States of America, Marty Salmon. From Sydney, Australia, Mick Veneto. Also of Sydney, Australia, Don Marks. Ringside physicians, Doctors Lou and Tony Lewis.
Well, I don't know whose dictionary he took, but I reckon Ray took some of those introductions. He's incredible.
I wonder how long it takes him to memorise it. The man is a genius.
I won't go into it, but there we are. And so the scene is set, Gus Mercurio, for the most important fight in Joe Bugner's career, and a very important one for Greg Page.
Certainly in his comeback, the most important fight. Of course, he has fought for the world title with John Wright. Gives
I gave you in the dressing room, punch with the knuckle part of the glove to the front section of the body and head. No rabbit punches, no kidney punches. When I say break, that's exactly what I mean. Don't punch on the break, take a step back. In the event of a knockdown, the furthest neutral corner, the one in front or the one directly behind me, and remain there until I tell you to box. If you leave the corner, the count stops until you go back there. Do you both understand that? Any questions, 2 seconds? Any questions?
No problem.
Shake hands. Good luck to both of you. Protect yourselves at all times.
So we're about to get underway this first round. It's a scheduled 10-rounder, a heavyweight elimination bout. Joe Bugner versus Greg Page. Joe Bugner and Australia.
Yes, for the first time tonight, and in fact, Sandy, this fight has been sanctioned by the WBC as an official heavyweight title elimination bout. So a lot is riding on this possible. We're talking $1 million for the winner of this if he can go on and fight Mike Tyson. Now we know that the man they call the Louisville Rage, Page, will jab. We know he's got a great left hook and a very good overhand right. Joe says, who, me? Ward, I'm holding on the back of Page's head. Now, after 8 months out of the ring, Gus, how hard is it going to be for Joe to slip straight back into gear?
I think it's going to be hard because he doesn't get that quality boxing in the gym. He gets some good boxing in the gym, but not really quality boxing. There's no substitute for boxing fitness. Gym fitness is different. Boxing fitness is what he wants. But he's punching hard. He's flipping some jabs pretty nicely. And I think perhaps Joe hasn't lost too much touch.
Well, there's not too many class heavyweights in Australia that Joe's been able to spar with. He's been sparring lately with Dave Russell, the former Australian heavyweight champion. He says his left jab has worked better than ever, but he hasn't shown it yet in the fight. He's being called now from Johnny Lewis to jab and jab.
I noticed a little red, some red marks. Left side of Joe's face where Greg Page's punch is getting through. It'll take him a round or two to get settled in here, I think.
Greg Page certainly having the better of this first round, though, Gus. It's fairly even, but he's slightly having the better.
Yes, he is. There could be a little bit of roughness going in this fight, the way it looks too.
Yeah, referee Johnny Wright having plenty of work to do in the opening couple of minutes of this first round.
Page got through the right hand, through a jab that just missed and the right hand that landed. That's what Joe's capable of. Joe's got to hurt him and slow him down.
Of course.
Step back.
Yeah, title split, of course. Page fought only 3 weeks ago against James Broad. Won a split decision. It was a tough contest.
And of course, James Broad is a very big man, so he's had some recent workouts with big guys then.
Well, he's got to try and get that left jab working. He hasn't shown it so far in the fight. That is his big weapon. Left jab to pick up the points.
I think in the second round we'll see a slightly different Joe Bugner too.
Break clean, don't punch. Don't punch.
Well, he's got just over 20 seconds remaining.
He's been out of the ring for 2.5 years after losing to Tankstead. A few years back, came back, as we know, against Tillerson Bay, and now another 8-month break. It must be hard for him, but this is the moment of truth. His last tango loses tonight, and that's it.
3 or 4 seconds remaining. The end of round 1. Performance by visitor Greg Page in that opening round. We're watching Joe Bugner.
Yeah, Joe Bugner getting the advice from his corner, as you see, age 37. Born quite a few years ago. 108 kilograms, a slightly bigger reach, and well, he's had more than 60 fights. That's, I'm afraid, incorrect. He's had 70. This is his 74th fight, and he has had only 11 losses, and he's had something like 45 knockouts.
And Page continuing on in the second. Gus, how did you score the first?
Greg Page, 10 points. Joe Bugner won 9 points, losing that round by a point. I didn't think Joe put it together too well. When Joe did get his hands moving, they were slapping punches rather than driving punches.
So on Gus Mercurio's card, Joe Bugner losing the first round. We thought this may happen as it takes Joe 2 or 3 rounds to get back into the groove of world-class boxing, and that's what you're seeing here tonight with 2 real big men.
Joe did land quite a good left hook before, even though it was near enough to the break. He still landed a good left hook. He's gonna lay on this guy a little bit. He's gonna tire him out a little bit. If there's any problem with Greg Page's fitness, Joe's gonna find it.
Well, that's been the rumor through the week. Greg Page, I know Dean Waters, the Australian heavyweight champion, who has been sparring with Greg Page, and Page has only managed 3 rounds since he's been here because of a foot injury. And Joe Bugner.
See, Joe got in there some good shots, some very good shots. And if he can hurt Greg, he's going to slow him up. Greg's going to be in a little bit of disadvantage there.
And he's still a showman, Joe Bugner. He's pulling more faces than Greg Page, and he is throwing punches.
Saying who me to Johnny Wright.
He's got to remember this is only 10 rounds. He wants to do. He wants to work for 10 rounds, though. He doesn't want to showboat. He wants to be effective all the time.
With a big right hand from Joe Bugner, followed his left. And that certainly did rock Greg Page. He's looking to his corner for advice. He and Chetty is shouting advice.
Yes, that didn't do him much good, that right hand.
Joe Bugner starting to find the mark much better than he did in the first round. This, of course, is the second of a fight scheduled for 10 3-minute rounds.
I think Joe is stronger in the clinches, too. He's got a bit more strength in there. And that can be tiring on the other fighter.
Followed by the right from Page. They scored. The jab missed.
Another right hand caught Joe there, but Joe got back, shooting a punch under.
He does have a good chin, Joe Bugner, though.
He certainly has. I mean, he went the distance with Ali Price, went the distance with Joe Frazier. He's got a very good chin. Henry Cooper's hammer couldn't hurt him either.
Joe Frazier knocked him down in the second round of their contest, and Joe came back and really rocked Frazier in the last round. But we're talking 1973, then this is 1987, a long time between drinks.
And just 6 or 7 seconds remaining in this round. A round that has seen Joe Bugner fight his way back. Gus?
I made that Bugner's round. I got the fight dead even, of course. Each of them winning a round. Page winning the first, Bugner the second.
Both hammer and tongs in the opening seconds of the third.
I tell you what, I don't think there is all that many fewer people here than what were here for the Fennick-Greg Richardson fight.
Now, I was looking around at the crowd myself, John, and I thought it's building up very nice. It's not a bad crowd.
I still wouldn't like to be Bill Morty's bank manager, though.
I'd like to be Joe Bugner's bank manager if he gets over him and gets in the ring with Tyson.
Yeah, bank manager would be all right. Chin wouldn't be. He can swat Tyson, but it's Greg Page he's up against at the moment. Still plenty of work to do this fight at the moment, even.
Oh, good fight by Joe Bugner. He just went back from that lead from Page and snapped him with a good right hand. Right flush on the button.
Good counter punching, which of course throughout Joe Bugner's career has been his strength.
Another right hand.
The right hand rock Page there, Gus. He's leaning all over Joe.
Yes, and Joe is continuing to do something in there. He's doing some work all the time. He's got to make every minute of this fight effective for himself.
The more and more I look at Greg Page, I think there's no doubt he may be troubled by some sort of a foot injury because he's not dancing the way we'd expect him to. Joe Bugner going to work the big right hand scores, flush on the jaw of Greg Page. Page unable to dance and move the way we usually expect him to.
And he's talking to his corner. His corner's talking to him, and he's talking back to his corner. Something's wrong.
Yes, that's the second time he's done that. And there certainly is something amiss with Greg Page.
Well, there's no doubt Joe would like a very spectacular win.
Well, both fighters have vowed to win by knockout. They both need a spectacular win to launch themselves not only back into the top 10, but also into the interest of the world's biggest fight promoter, Don King.
That's right.
Come on, don't lean.
Turn right, don't lean, come on, box.
Joe Bugner's waiting to suck in that jab and counter punch.
Again, talk to for holding behind the neck.
That's the third time.
Yep.
That's it. That's what he's got to do.
Both boys working to the body. Now Greg Page being told, don't lean.
90 seconds remaining, and this is the third round. The round so far dominated by Bugner. Another good left jab to finish it all off. Round 3. Maybe if it had have been Bugner had have been fighting a bit more often, he might have been able to put a bit more pressure on Greg Page after that right uppercut. His timing isn't quite on. He started off at 1,000,000 miles an hour here. He was very keen to get out.
He threw a nice left hook that caught Greg Page. Very nice left hook, right on as they came together. The first two good jabs.
Well, that's what we know. It's his trademark.
Yeah, what we talked about, the best left jab in world heavyweight boxing. Well, Greg Page is in trouble.
Well, he's in trouble now. He's talking to his officials again.
And I can pick that up.
What do they say in his corner?
I don't know what Page said to Giachetti, but Giachetti said, fight, just do it. I don't know whether he can do it. Joe is being chanted for. This is something new for Aussie Joe Bugner, something he hasn't been used to in other parts of his career, the support from a crowd that loves him.
Joe wants to snap that left jab out there. Just exactly what he's doing. Come through that right hand, just like he did there. Snap the left hand. Once, twice, then fire that right hand, he'll hit him. Smack on the chin. This guy's not moving his head too much.
There's plenty of yelling from Joe's corner coming from Jeff Fennick too, giving him all the support he can.
I still can't understand why Greg Page isn't moving his feet. He's known for that. Two more good left jabs from Bugner. He's standing there taking Bugner toe for toe. He's playing right into his hands.
Yes, he's not moving. He's not moving about. He's not dancing about. He's not even flicking that jab out like we expected Greg Page to do. See, Greg Page can't rely on a one-punch knockout. He's not a one-punch knockout artist. Neither is Joe, of course.
But Joe's doing the work that could tire Page and could bring us to an early end.
Well, that's what you predicted, Gus.
Yes, I thought about the middle round. That'd be the end of this. And, of course, anything can happen in boxing, like I like to say. And I've been wrong before. I'll be wrong again, but I like what Joe's doing right now.
Well, I hope you're not wrong this time, Gus, because I agree with you. And Page doing a lot of hanging on here in this fight. Oh, two good left jabs. Right hand. Page in trouble on the ropes. Bugner is all over him. 45 seconds to go, and this the fourth round. The round so far dominated by Bugner.
I think Page will be lucky to get out of this.
Well, he may just beat the clock. We're looking at approximately 28 seconds remaining in this round. Johnny Wright again warning Joe, talking to him about holding on to the back of the neck. It's valuable seconds for Greg Page.
Yes, it looks like he'll get through round 4, but too much more punishment like this and he's in big trouble. Look at him, he's just burying his head into Bugner's chest. Oh, and a big right hand underneath. The right uppercut came through for Bugner, and that is round 4, a round completely dominated by Aussie Joe Bugner.
The crowd sense it.
And Jeff Fennick can sense it, yelling from the corner there for Joe to keep his head, and he thinks he can knock him out in this round if he does it properly.
Greg Page got a beautiful little right uppercut in there, the very first punch he threw. Beautiful little punch.
Jab, 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 they're saying to Joe. The crowd sensing that the big Australian could be on his way to a crack at the title held by Mike Tyson. There's still plenty left in this fight, or is there?
Joe's punching very solidly. He's landing punches. There's going to be an accumulation effect from these big punches that he's landing.
There'll be no problem for fitness with Aussie Joe Bugner. Johnny Lewis is a tough taskmaster, and he's got
nicely done.
Joe Bugner in the best nick of his career. Oh, great right hand from Joe Bugner. Page is in real trouble here. See how he dropped his hands the moment that right hand smacked him.
Yes,
just missing with the follow-up, Justin.
Yes, if we put it down to wills, I think Joe's will is a lot stronger.
And possibly if Joe hadn't been out of the ring for 8 months, this fight may already be over, because he hasn't been able to take that, just put it away, as you said there, Sandy. He hasn't been able to come home after the big punches had Page done.
Oh, nice right hand again. That hurt Greg. It was a little short punch, but it didn't do it. And a good body punch, I tell you. Joe is picking them, shooting his shots in and landing.
Page just leaning, hanging on. Johnny Wright separating him, saying, come on, right back, right back.
Well, he's got to fight in close quarters to try and negate the Bugner reach and the Bugner jab. And he's holding.
I don't think he's strong enough to fight in close with Bugner.
It's like a man mountain, Gus, isn't it?
Well, if he can't fight in close, he can't stand toe-to-toe, he's got to move, and that's the one thing he hasn't done since the opening bell.
That's right. He's got to move, flick that jab out, which is something he's known for. mean, he's a flashy sort of a fighter. We haven't seen many flashes of that class, really.
45 seconds to go in round 5.
The call of under and over for Joe Bugner to go to the body, have Page drop his hands, and then go to work at the head.
Ooh, nice.
And that was a nice shot from Joe Bugner.
He lined him up with that, too. I think Joe's got a little mark on the outside of his left eye also.
Time should again ensure that this is not the end of Greg Page, but he's not doing a lot. He's hanging on in that clinch. John Wright should separate that.
Well, he needn't bother because they'll separate themselves. It's the end of round 5, and he's not at all happy.
Yes, the claim he made then was, I won't repeat the exact expression he used to describe Johnny Lewis, but he said, have a look at what that other damn something or other was doing, and Joe Bugner has been incensed by this, straight into action. He wants to continue the trend of this fight and dominate early and not let Page get back into it.
It's almost like he can hit me, but don't say anything against Johnny Lewis.
Oh, a good right hand from Joe Bugner. Another. Page hanging on again. Joe Bugner would dearly love to take this with a knockout. And I think in the next couple of rounds is where we may see him really pile on the pressure.
Although a right hand got in there from Page. Didn't hurt Joe that much.
It does. Throughout his career, Joe Bugner's been criticised at times for having a lack of that killer, because he is such a, he's a gentleman, Joe. He is such a gentleman. He's been criticised for having a lack of killer. He said that would all change tonight because it's his last shot.
Well, I could tell you some stories there because I've interviewed Joe a couple times. One time at Channel 7 World of Sport, a very interesting story. If I get a chance, I'll tell you later. I'll tell the fans there. But right now, we got a very thrilling fight going on. Joe Bugner holding him in the corner, pounding away with both hands.
Throw that jab is what Bugner wants to do.
Oh, nice little punch there. He is hurting Greg. There's no doubt about it. Greg hasn't really been in this fight since the first round.
No, midway through the 6th round now, another round that is going towards Joe Bugner's scorecard.
Oh, nice. There's a good story about Greg Page, too, if I get an opportunity we'll talk about.
You mightn't get the chance, you know, Gus, with all these stories.
The uppercut from Bugner scores. I'd like to see John Wright keep them a little bit further apart during this fight. Get in there and muscle them apart. That's what he's doing now.
Hand off the head, Joe. Johnny Wright can just take a point off you for that. Greg's condition doesn't look that good, does it?
No, it certainly doesn't. And the double jab from Bugner, and again, and follows it with the right, and another uppercut that has got Page in trouble, and that's why he's leaning all over Bugner's chest.
Yeah, he's trying to close it up there, but he doesn't do too good when he's in there.
Well, if I was Joe Bugner, I'd be asking for squatters right. He's putting his head down there so often. He's just about taking up leasage.
Well, it could be the clock that'll beat him again.
Yeah, 10 seconds to go roughly in the 6th round.
Watch Greg Page when he throws that little right hand to the body. Joe always bops him on the chin with the right hand. Yeah, didn't get a chance to see it.
And round 6.
Would you like an investment that has demonstrated its profit over the years?
Bugner can sense something here. Look at that look on his face.
Here we go. This is round 7. It's a scheduled 10-rounder.
And the last round, of course, I gave to Bugner. Bugner 59 points to Greg Page's 54 points.
And as you see, at the start of every round, virtually from the 2nd onwards, Joe has come out with a flurry, and therefore, he's dominated the fight as a result. He's put Page on the defensive.
Not only that, he's had to wait for Page to get out there.
Yes, yeah. He's making Page miss, and he's catching him with some good punches. Bang!
Oh, a big right hand from Bugner. It caught the body. Another right. Page is in real trouble.
Joe should get himself himself loose there a little bit.
He's almost looking dazed.
Yes, he's
looked at his corner.
Page is running out of batteries. It's time to holler for a marshal for this guy.
Yeah, I'd like to see Bugner just get away. Get away. Don't let the guy rest in there.
And Joe is almost taunting him with the way he's staring and pulling faces at him.
And don't stay in there, Joe. Get out of there. You're letting the guy rest in there.
Yeah, that's right. He's getting much. He's sucking air while he's holding on. Bugner's got to keep working on him to put him away.
Johnny Wright doing a pretty good job here, actually.
That's it. Right hand with the left hook right hand. Hands, baby. Left hook right hand.
Come on, Joe. Clear yourself. Give yourself some punching room.
Yeah, he needs to work a little bit harder.
Although all he can do is win, can he?
Yeah, he'll be happy with a points win, but he... Oh, big left hand from Frazier. A great right. The crowd sensing something here, but once again, Page is hanging on. Bugner's got to get out. And tee off.
Page keeps looking over to his corner. He wants to look at the man that's hitting him.
Yeah, the corner can't get in and fight it for him. I'm sure they wouldn't want to.
Little over 35 seconds remaining in this 7th round, a round that has been dominated by Bugner, but he can't put the big American away yet.
But Page's left jab is becoming ineffectual, Gus.
Yes, it is. I just noticed he did that same thing. He threw that right hand to the body of Bugner, and Bugner flipped him with a right on the chin.
So even then, the showmanship shows through here, Joe.
Oh, a big left hand really rocked him. His knees buckled. Joe looking for the hurricane there as the round 7 draws to a close.
Greg Page very happy to see it drawn to a close, too. Well, Joe Bugner got on top real well that round as we come up to round 8. Joe Bugner took that round by 2 points on my card.
So you've got him every round, Gus, apart from the first?
Except the first round.
Okay.
And as far as his corner, Greg Page's corner going mad, that's the thing they should go mad about. He's getting hit, and he's getting hit legally, so to speak.
Yeah, they'll whinging to the referee. What's known in poor man's terms like mine as a dump spit.
I think John Wright's doing a pretty good job here in actual fact.
Yep. Oh, Joe's getting that jab working much better now. His timing's fine.
Greg has...
Page walked into one and another one. Bugner trying to finish it. Again, he can't.
The rope's a big help for Greg Page on that occasion. Bugner just couldn't line him up. And Page, let's give credit to his toughness. Page, for some reason, hasn't danced the way we'd expect him, but he's copped a lot tonight. He's still standing.
Yes, he's got to find it hard. He's in there. He won't quit. He's sticking with it, even though he looks like he's got a very, very difficult job ahead of him. He must come out of here winner.
From his point of view, he can't afford to quit. He's got to try and win this fight. Joe Bugner's 37. Greg Page, in a lot of ways, is on a kicking to nothing because he's losing to a man who is supposedly over the hill. We know that right now Joe Bugner's showing he's not. Look at this, Joe Bugner, the showman, coming out again.
And now midway through the 8th, there's only one way that Page can win it, and that is looking somewhat remote, Gus, at the moment.
Yes.
But as you say, anything can happen.
Anything can happen in boxing. You got to watch this.
Watch this.
Oh, a big right hand from Bugner. And another. The uppercut scoring.
I mean, when Greg Page took the heavyweight championship of the world, the WBA version, from Jerry Coetzee in South Africa, they gave him a bonus. They left the round for 3 minutes and 45 seconds.
Yeah, he became the first man ever to knock out Coetzee.
In South Africa. Oh, I tell you what, you talk about their power fight, it didn't work then, did it?
Gus, concentrate on this one, I think.
They're doing the same thing up there. Joe Bugner laying down. Joe Bugner should get out, give himself punching room. He's doing very well with punching room.
Come on.
Some 25 seconds remaining, Harks.
Yep. And Bugner still he's on top, but I don't know whether he's going to knock this guy out in the next 2 rounds. I know Joe would dearly love to. It's looked at times like he would.
Well, your prediction was 8, wasn't it?
No, I said he'd knock him out in the 8th. But
I said middle rounds. I said about the 5th, 6th round, somewhere in there. So I'm gone.
And so is the 8th. Comes Joe. He's been watching that. He has not been impressed. Boxing into 9.
Bugner would dearly love a knockout. Oh, good left jab. He's flicking out that left jab with much better timing than he was earlier in the fight. It really is a great punch. Beautiful to watch.
Greg landed a couple of jabs there and a bit of a body punch, so he's got a little bit of stick left.
And the crowd react to the big right. Once again, Greg Page looks at his corner. Why is he looking in his corner?
He not only looked at his corner, but he winked. So I don't know what he's doing.
Well, no, that was it. That was his eyeball rolling back in his head.
That's what I was going to say.
There's only one.
Was it a wink or a blink?
Another good left jab from Bugner as he phases Page's left.
No. Right back there. Don't come back out of it. Come on, right back.
Yes, it looks like Greg might go the distance now, of course, but just as I say that, he gets in trouble.
Coming up to halfway through the 9th round, scheduled for 10.
It's very strange to see Greg Page's eyes go with Johnny Wright into his corner. It looks like his concentration is all over the place.
Well, they say he's an inconsistent fighter, up one day and down the next. Gus, he's had a record for that all his life.
He's a very temperamental sort of a guy, isn't he?
Well, he was beaten on points by David Bay.
John Harker found out how temperamental he is firsthand.
Yes, I certainly did. They
Joe's continuing to pour it on.
Yes, I watched that interview, and Joe is certainly getting the better of it.
Yeah, but I mean, Greg Page is entitled to have a go at me if he wants. That's Greg Page's business. Let's not
45
talk about that
seconds
till the
remaining.
fight is taking place at the moment.
Yep. Just on 45 in this 9th round.
I think in this one, Joe seems to be taking just a little bit of a breather because it's a closer round. Joe's still on top, but a closer round.
Well, it's a last-ditch effort almost now for Greg Page.
Come on, those arms out. Come on.
And it looks as though he's going to have to wait until the 10th and final round to see if he can pull off what most would consider at the moment the impossible, but Joe hasn't finished with him yet in the 9th.
No, he certainly hasn't as time runs out.
He's got him now, though. There it is, end of 9. Procurio. Joe.
Yes, I did. I'm looking for a way to help Greg, but I just can't do it. He's losing those rounds. And here we see why. Joe Bugner laying in there, punching, landing.
And look, he's getting this crowd going.
And
He's up and ready.
Look at Gachetti. He's trying to stir Greg Page on, but I think Greg Page has left his fight.
Here it is, the 10th and final round. Page has got to knock him out.
Come on, go home.
And Bugner will do all in his power to knock out Page. I think he's too much of a professional to walk into a haymaker himself. A hurricane there from Bugner.
Yes, I think you might have saved a little bit in that last round. Come on, Joe, get a little killer in you. Hurt this guy if you want. Win it nice. He's going to win it, better win it nice. As far as I'm concerned, he is winning it, and he's winning it well. Maybe not as spectacular as he would have liked to have won it, but he's winning it well.
Hang on, come on, walk back here. Walk back, come on.
I think we're in for a good last round here. Joe Bugner's really going to go for it.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. And the crowd are loving it.
Come on, come on. Hey, right.
This fight actually deserves a full house.
Yeah, it does. You're quite right.
It does, and Greg Page deserves plenty of credit too. He's showing a lot of character out there. He really is. Obviously, I think there is a problem with his foot, Sandy. We haven't seen him dance, but he stood there and taken Joe Bugner's best for 9 rounds. He's been behind in every round other than the first. And he's shown enormous character out there in that ring.
And still roaring his supporters, our other world champion, Jeff Fennick.
As Joe Bugner works on a former world champion.
Just over the halfway mark in this final round. Both boys tired. Been a great performance, particularly by Joe Bugner.
Yes, it would be the greatest ball over, and in living memory of Bugner wasn't to be given this decision, but of course he's still got to survive about 1 minute and 10 seconds of this last round. Good right hand from Bugner.
Just on 45 seconds remaining.
See, when you look at the punches that Bugner is throwing and landing compared to the punches that Greg Page is throwing and landing, Bugner is winning the fight. There's no two ways about it. Now, if Joe Bugner was a one-punch knockout artist, this fight would have been over.
25 seconds remaining.
And Page is in all sorts of trouble as Bugner rises to try and do something in the last 10 to 15 seconds. Do something in the way of a knockout. It's not going to come.
No, even if the bell rings and the man's on the deck in the last round, he's saved by the bell.
Well, he's going to be saved anyway, because it won't come. The bell is just a couple of seconds away, and there it is.
Joe Bugner. But what a fine performance nonetheless from Joe Bugner, Sandy Roberts.
Tremendous performance. The crowd loving it, rising to their feet.
There's Jeff
Fennick. And he's delighted, and so are the fans here at the Sydney Entertainment Centre.
Jeff Fennick over there once again to congratulate Joe.
And those two, Greg Page. Yep, great sportsmanship.
Yes, after all they've been through, that was good of Page to go over and hug Bugner. We'll take a break now and be back.
Connolly.
Ladies and gentlemen, Marty Salmon, Joe Bugner, 97 points. Greg Page, 93 points. Veneto, Joe Bugner, 100 points. Greg Page, 92 points. Don Marks, Joe Bugner, 98 points. Greg Page, 94 points. Decision. The winner, Aussie Joe Bugner. Ladies and gentlemen, paying tribute to his newly conferred citizenship, Aussie Joe Bugner chose for his attire the national sporting colours of Australia. White trunks with green and gold band and pipings. The winner, unanimous decision, Aussie Joe Bugner.
And absolutely delighted is Joe.
On those cards, take just about every round other than the first, Joe. A great performance. You've been out of the ring for 8 months, a frustrating 8 months. How does it feel to be back?
Well, I'm very happy now that, the fight is over. And I knew that Greg Page was a worthy contender for the world title. And, of course, winning the world title made it that much harder for me to fight him. But as far as I was concerned, with my new citizenship, I sure wasn't going to let my new country down. Thank you very much, Australia.
Joe Bugner, obviously a major pre-fight war of words, but credit to Greg Page tonight. He showed plenty of character to stay there, and you gave him all you had.
Well, Greg, this is what I'm saying. Greg Page is a former world heavyweight champion. He's a very, very good boxer. a very good fighter. His record speaks for itself. But the fact was that I came here to win tonight, not to dilly and dally.
Mike Tyson next.
Johnny and I will sit down and talk about Tyson, and if everything goes according to plan...
Over 50.
June 8, 1933. Max Schmeling, former world's heavyweight champion from